All right, this next question comes from Modem Ski. Pactor, why are games like Limbo being sold on Steam for 10 when they are 15 on PSN? Is Sony's cut that much larger than Valve's? Seems odd that there would be a 50% markup for a game that has been on Xbox Live for a year now. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think it's kind of interesting to see that you're getting different pricing. I think Sony's making a push to have all, downloadable games like that go to 15. Xbox Live has been trying to push things up. I mean, we saw DLC, map packs go from 10 to 15 over the last couple of years. I think everybody involved in the process except the consumer likes $15 better than 10. So, I mean, I think the answer is this is an experiment. No, Sony's cut isn't that much larger than Valve's. Sony gets about 30% of a download, so about $4.50 on the 15. Valve gets about 20%, so about $2 on the 10. But I honestly think this is just Sony trying to get the standard up to $15 because they'll make more and the developers will make more. And if you can get $15 per title, then you're going to get more content made for the PlayStation. And I think that PSN would love to get more content. If the developer is getting, in my example, $10.50 net instead of $8 net, it's a better deal for them to be on PSN. And so I think Sony's hoping that Limbo 2 will start out on PSN, and it might. Next question from Twitter comes from @TimOLP. Why don't developers outsource game testing to countries like India and China with cheap labor? I think that's starting to happen. I mean, we're seeing a lot of development being outsourced to China. As I recall, the Tom Clancy Hawks game, and I forgot the other one, not End War, were both developed in China. I think I Am Alive is being developed in China. So you're seeing games developed there, and that's mostly because Ubisoft made an investment in a Shanghai studio. But I think as the publishers get more comfortable that the talent pool in countries like that is competent and qualified, they will absolutely do that. Game testing is probably the lowest cost part of the entire development process. That's the entry-level job. They don't pay those guys very much in the US. So, and I don't think it's really a big part of the budget of a game. I mean, it's probably 5% of the budget. So you cut the price in half, maybe you save 2% off the budget. I think that's coming, so I do think that's a good question. All right, this week's next question comes from Killer300AD. Dear Pac-Man, I know this might be non-industry related, but what's your opinion about the incident in the UK where an adult gamer lost it while playing Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer and went to the house of his tormentor, a 13-year-old, and choked him? I didn't look this up, so I'm hopeful that the 13-year-old kid did not die. But if the adult gamer who lost it choked the 13-year-old and that 13-year-old stopped talking smack on Xbox Live, I think that's a good thing. I think more 13-year-old kids need to be bitch slapped and choked. I don't really believe in corporal punishment, but one of the things that I hate the most about multiplayer is 13-year-old punks talking smack to me, so I turn the sound off. I just can't deal with it anymore. And I can understand how somebody would go crazy. I don't condone violence ever. It's never the appropriate solution. This adult gamer should have gone and talked to the parents of the 13-year-old kid, maybe choked them, but not the kid. But I think that kids who do talk trash need to grow up and learn that there's a sensitive person at the other end they're talking trash to. I saw a panel at PAX Prime talking about, women in gaming and how disrespectful multiplayer community is toward women, and how they're, disrespectful and they call people, gay slurs all the time. I think that's bad. I think that multiplayer, if you participate in that, you should be sensitive to the fact that the people at the other end of your invective are people who have feelings just like you, and you should treat them as if you would treat your friends, not treating your enemies. I don't get it, but it's something that goes on, and it'd be nice if there was a way to complain to Microsoft and have them cut the 13-year-old off. All right, fellow babies, thank you for joining us on this week's Pach-Attack. Remember, if you have a question, you can submit it to the link on this page, or you can submit it to Twitter at Michael Pachter. Make sure you copy at Rohan Likes Pants because he selects all the questions that we answer. So suck up to Rohan and you got a chance of your question getting answered.